We're back with another daily reflection on the Daily Vedantic, and today's episode is on one of the most profound topics in spirituality, in philosophy. Certainly one of the most meaningful anchors of Christianity, and yet it is often wildly misinterpreted. You could even say underinterpreted because of the underappreciation that this profound concept of forgiveness carries. Forgiveness is seen today as just letting go of hatred or thoughts of malice towards someone that's wronged you. But the word forgiveness means to give completely. The profundity of something like forgiveness in Christian faith is that Christ came and said that if you want forgiveness from God, forgive those around you. You might have heard this 1,000 times, so it's lost its meaning. But what he was saying is you can actually dictate what God does for you. You, in this limited but powerful way, can actually control God. You and God are connected. Your forgiveness for others begets you forgiveness from the divine. That's profound in its own right. But what is underappreciated, underinterpreted, is that the term forgiveness in its totality isn't just letting go of malice, thoughts of malice towards someone that has wronged you. It's not just helping that person, giving them something, even if they've wronged you. As Christ said, if a thief steals from you, don't demand it back. Not just turn the other cheek, but if something is stolen from you, don't demand it back. Never heard a sermon on that from the pulpit. But this term forgiveness, the old meaning of it is a lot more like foreshadowing, forbearance, forewarning, to give before. A calling to forgive is to give before it's deserved. Before that other person, before everyone around you might deserve it. To give completely. That takes this concept, this notion, approach to human relationships from, all right, these 2 or 3 people have wronged me in the last year or 5 years, and I'm going to forgive them. For the forgiveness of God for my sins. Instead, it is, I'm going to give completely to everyone around me, whether they deserve it or not. Who deserves for you to give completely to them? Maybe your children deserve for you to give them a lot. But give completely to your children. I don't know many parents that do that. I know I struggle with that. To give completely. And it's not to give completely just to those closest to you. The calling is to give completely to everyone. It's quite a different take on this concept of forgiveness, which is also one of the divine qualities of a jnani and the Bhagavad Gita, one of the 20 divine qualities of a knowledgeable, self-realized individual. Jnani translate to yoga of knowledge, a path of knowledge. So forgiveness is a quality of a knowledgeable one. Giving completely. Giving before it is ever deserved. This reflection is an episode for giving. For giving completely. Not just because it's the right thing to do, not open-endedly, but as Christ said, for God to forgive us, to give to us completely. Give completely. It's the only way to receive completely. To round out this reflection, I'll also relay a story from one of the, we host in our backyard, my wife and I, and our community now hosts these weekly talks, Venice Vedanta Club. If you want to look it up or shoot me a DM if you'd like to join, if you're in the LA or Venice area. We have people coming from San Diego, from Pasadena for it. And we've had about 5 folks from Venice Vedanta Club go from no exposure to Vedanta at all. Saw in the last maybe 13 months, 14 months. About 5 people then traveling to the ashram in India. And one of people, Eddie, brilliant entrepreneur here in LA, he went to India with his girlfriend about 2 weeks ago. And he asked Swami, he's 96, broken hip in hospital bed, and he asked Swami, how can I become a great man without skipping a beat? I skipped a beat, and I'm not even 96, just trying to relay this story, not thinking of anything original. So without skipping a beat, he said, give. The question of how do I become a great man? This Titanic philosopher, without hesitation, said, give. And when you give, it creates space to think. Freedom, wealth, peace. Those are all spaces to think. So if you want any or all of those, according to Christ, according to this exchange 2 weeks ago, give. That's today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We will see you next time.